everyone, thank you for checking out today's video. Welcome to my channel, Jersey Shore Pondscapes Videos. My name is Chris. We talk all about koi ponds and water gardens. I've been professionally building koi ponds now for almost 30 years, so I've put together this whole channel to share with you a lot of the things that I've learned and hopefully help you to design, build, understand, maintain, and hopefully enjoy your ponds better. So I have a ton of videos here on this channel, almost 200 at this point, on all different topics, everything from, like I said, design, construction, to fish and water plants, pond filtration, troubleshooting, maintenance, all kinds of topics. Use the playlist here on the channel. I have them all broken down to different categories, so you can hopefully find the videos and the information you're looking to learn about much easier. So please, use those playlists here, navigate your way around, and subscribe to the channel if you're into this stuff, because there's a lot here for you guys to watch. So thank you very much. Today's video, we are talking about how and why you should keep your pond level. All right, it sounds like a simple concept, but it's something that's really important. So I want to talk about it a bit today. So again, keeping your pond level is not only something that's going to make it look better, but it can also make the pond function better as well. All right. Looks are really important, right? It's your first impression. When you walk up to that pond and you look at it, bang. All right. You're going to either say, wow, this is beautiful, or, man, looks kind of funny, right? So I have gone to people's houses where I've seen some of the ponds that they've built, and I can tell when it's done with a laser or with a level and without a level. All right. Some houses are really extreme, like the water can be overflowing over the rocks on one end of the pond, and on the other end of the pond the rocks are 6-8 inches above the water level, and there's all black liner showing on the sides. Okay. To me, that's ugly, right? It just doesn't look right. So we want to keep those ponds nice and level to look good. Our waterfalls, right? The big rocks that the water spills off of, they need to be level so we have a nice solid sheet of water coming off. If the rock is crooked, well, the water runs off one side and that's it. So it makes a big difference. Now, for me, all the ponds that I build, I use gravity-fed filter systems, which is basically using a 4-inch bottom drain that has 4-inch PVC pipe underground that leads out to an external filter tank. Now this tank needs to be set according to the water level of the pond. So it's really important that I know the water level in the pond and the height of my filter tank, which can be 5 feet away or 50 feet away. All right. So I need to know those levels. Now I have a whole nother couple videos on gravity-fed filter systems here on the channel, and I'll show them to you here. But you can check those out and learn all about those gravity-fed filters in those videos. I'm just using it as an example here today to explain another reason why levels are important. Also, if you have a skimmer or want to install a skimmer into your pond, it is crucial that that skimmer is set at the appropriate height in the side of the pond. Okay, if this is my water level and we have this door of the skimmer here, and our water level is just barely making it in the door, we're not going to have enough water supply coming in to feed our pump. All right, we need to make sure that that water level is higher up on that skimmer door so we have the appropriate amount of water coming in to feed our pumps. So that's real important. And not only in height of our skimmer, setting our skimmer, but also level from side to side. We want it nice and level. We have this big door. We don't want it crooked. We want it nice and straight, so there's an even flow of water coming in through that entire opening. All right, so it's things like that that we really need to be concerned about to make sure that it not only looks good, but it functions properly. So for me, I do this every day, right? So I've invested in a laser. Now these things are several $100s, and I realize that, for the average homeowner who's just building a pond, hopefully once, you're not going to want to spend $400, $500, $600 on a laser system to use once, right? I get that. So we're going to show you some other options, some cheaper, easier options to use for yourself at your own house. But just for the sake of this video, I want to show you how a laser works and how I use it. All right. Now, first thing, when I go to somebody's house and say we're going to start, brand new pond, I have an area in the ground here, where we're going to build it. First thing I want to do is I want to understand the levels of the ground. All right, where we're building our pond. It may look level, but I guarantee you sometimes it's really deceiving and it's often not perfectly level, all right? So what I want to do is use a laser like this or a line level or whatever to figure out what the elevation is in the front of my pond, in the back of my pond, and on the sides of my pond, right? How is the land flowing here? Do I have to bring the front of the pond up a couple inches? Am I, setting the back of the pond down in the ground a couple inches deeper? How are we adjusting for all that? Now I do have another video on this channel all about how to build a pond on a hill or on a slope, okay, where we talk about different ideas and concepts as to how to manage the ground if it is not level. If you are on a hill, how to put a pond in there to make it level and everything work. So you might want to check that video out. But for today, we're just going to talk about, how to find these levels and, make sure we keep the pond at a level plane, all right? So first thing, I want to know the lay of my ground, okay? Am I building the pond up on this end, or am I digging it in there? Do I have a slight pitch on one side to the other? All right, that's something we need to know. We also want to know where our water level is going to be. Do we want our water level at the height of the ground? Do we want it a little bit higher? Do we have a patio? Maybe we're building the pond off of a patio. So we need to know the height of the elevation of the patio, and where do we want our water level? Do we want our water level to be maybe the height of the patio or slightly above the height of the patio and do rock work around it? Different things to think about, all right? We got to figure out what we're doing first before we start digging. Once we start digging and we know our elevations, we know our levels, now we got to start thinking about shelves in the pond. Are we building a shelf around the pond for rocks? Are we building a shelf around for water plants? And if so, how many shelves, how deep? Maybe we want shelves for marginal or, bog plants to be, 12 inches deep or 14 inches deep. But maybe we want a shelf at, 2 feet deep for water lilies, right? So we need to know where our water level's at so we know how deep to put our shelves, right? And we want to keep those shelves level, right? We don't want to build a shelf that's on a slant because we put our pots down or put our plants in a pot. We don't want the plant sticking like this. We want it nice and straight, right? So this way our pots won't fall over, they won't dump in the pond and get all the dirt and mud out all over, okay? So level, all right? Now, if you're doing a water garden, you might want the pond, 2.5 feet deep. If you're doing a koi pond, well then we're going to need to be 3 feet or more. So these are all, important as to where our water level is at, all right? And keeping that water level nice and level. Water doesn't lie, right? When you pour water in that pond, if you build the pond without taking any levels and you just dig a hole, throw a liner in, put your rocks in it, fill it up with water, and all of a sudden the water's like this, you know, water's not going to lie. You're going to see your mistakes and where you're off. So take that all into consideration, you know, before you start digging. All right, so the laser, basically how this works. Incredible little machine here. It is an invaluable tool to me. It's worth its weight in gold. I use it all the time. These things are really accurate. I believe it's accurate within 1/8 of an inch over 100 feet. And I think it's even like 1/4 inch over 300 feet. Something crazy like that. Not important, but the point is it's really accurate, all right? So what this is basically it's a tripod. The little laser unit sits on the top, and it has a little thing on the top here with like a little eye that shoots the laser out. That spins around the circle, and it gives me a perfect level line all the way around, all right? This particular model actually has a self-leveling mechanism in it, so that if my tripod is slightly off of level, when I turn on the unit, it actually will level itself and then turn on and start spinning, okay? So we turn it on here, and there it goes, all right? So that's giving me a red laser light all the way around. So I set this up in the yard, and then we have our little measuring stick here, okay? This basically is really cool. It's got like 4 foot, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, up to 8 feet, and it actually has little markings for every 1/4 inch, right? So you get like, you know, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 3 1, right? 3 1 1/4, 3 1 1/2, 3 1 3/4, 2, all the way up. And then we have this little device, which is like a little target, I want to kind of call it. And what this does is this has a little vertical strip on it, maybe about 1 inch, 1.5 inches long, where it actually reads that laser light. And in the center of that strip is a white line. That white line is dead center level, all right? So when I'm dead center level with my line, I have a solid continuous beep, okay? If I'm high, it beeps fast. Beep, 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 beep. If I'm low, it beeps slow. Beep, 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 okay? So I can really determine where I'm at. So what we do is this mounts on the stick, and we can slide it up and down the stick, turn it on, slide it up and down the stick until we find, oh, right here, okay? So right here, I'm a little bit low. Oops. All right, I'm a little bit low. Or I'm sorry, yep. And once I move this, adjust it, walk all around the pond and use this thing to get my levels all around and dig everything out nice and flat and level, and I'm perfect. I'm good to go, all right? So that's how I do it. So I can use it and adjust it. I get my level for my rocks. Then I can raise it up a little bit and get my level for the water level. I can set my skimmers and I know exactly where that water level is, the whole bit, all right? Now, for most of you, you're not going to use a laser, right? The cheapest and easiest way to do something to get your levels is basically to use what I call a line level, all right? And these are just little levels. So there's 2 different kinds here I got. I think they, you know, you can buy them together, you can buy them individually. The white one here basically reads pitch, all right? We don't really need that. It might be good if you're running pipes and you're like gravity flowing a pipe out and you want pitch on it so that the water, flows down in it or something, where you can use a little line level like that. And it measures in 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch levels, all right? But for what we're doing, we really don't use that one. This is just a basic level, all right? And this thing is, $3-4 at Home Depot or something, and this thing is awesome because what happens is we can tie a string on one side of the pond, run our string around, and this little thing just sits right on the string, and we pull our string tight, and we just look at our little bubble level, and we are dead level right there. Okay, so we can use this, set one level, height on one side, and we can use this string all around our pond. So all you need is, a little roll of string and a $4 level, and you can set your whole pond up perfectly level, all right? Really nice, really simple, really easy thing to do. So this is basically the way I started off building ponds, is just to use a line level, and it works great. The only issue I had, it was a little difficult when I had to run a filter tank 25 feet away. I mean, you can do it, but the laser is much more accurate, all right? But that's one thing. Now, other way is simply using a level, all right? I have a nice 4-foot level here that I use. And I basically use this level mostly for setting filter tanks. All right, when I put my tank in the ground, I can set this on the top. I can level the tank left and right, front to back. All right, level it all off so everything is nice and level in the tank. Skimmers, we use this to set the level of the skimmer, side to side, front to back, okay? But this can also be used to level off your pond, okay? However, you're gonna need depending on how big your pond is, but maybe like, a 2x4 or a 2x6 or something that you can lay across the top of the pond, from end to end, and then lay this on top and get your level, all right? And you can work with it like that. So a nice 4-foot level, and of course, you can buy levels, 6 foot long, 3 foot long, 2 foot long, whatever. This is a 4-foot. I really like the 4-foot level. It just seems to be the perfect size for what I do. Okay, so we have that, and I have a small level. Just a little one, cheap little level. I don't need anything fantastic and crazy stuff. I just need a level, all right? I need to get my level. Now, the small one I use on my waterfalls, all right? This has got cement concrete on it and stuff. I use this for my waterfalls. And what this does basically is, I can put my big rock down, a big spill stone where the water's gonna flow over it, and I set this on top, and I wanna get that rock nice and level, all right? So I know my water's flowing over it. We'll build up a wall behind it and put another rock on top, and we gotta make sure that rock is set nice and level, and not only left to right, but front to back, right? We wanna pitch on that rock so that the water flows down over it and off and not back, right? We don't want the water to flow back, we want it to go forward. So we need, level this way, and we need level this way, all right? And this is a simple little tool. So for any homeowner, you guys are building your pond on your own, you're not gonna invest in a whole big laser, and that thing is dynamite, okay? It's to me, it's the best thing to do, but I get it. So what I would recommend for everyone, if you don't have a larger level, that's fine. This little level for $5-6 will do everything you need to do. If you need to set a skimmer, a filter tank, just use something else on top that you can put this to get your level. If the skimmer is too big to put this on it, put a board on top. And then use your skimmer here, I mean your little level to, level your skimmer. Your filter boxes, anything. This is dynamite, all right? So, 4-foot levels are great, but a little level like this will do just about anything you need. And then the real cheat is that line level, right? Have your string, I know I have this all rolled up here. Have your string, put your little line level on it, and you can do a ton of stuff with just that little level. Over a long distance, just pull that string nice and tight, level it off, right there's level. Okay, so line level, a string, a small little level, maybe a bigger level if you feel you need it, will do the whole job. Okay, so really easy stuff, not expensive, but makes a big difference to get that pond nice and level and looking good and functioning properly. All right, so I hope that helped you out. Give you a few little tips here and ideas of how to do things and why. And thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button if it helped you out. Subscribe to the channel if you're into all this stuff, building ponds and waterfalls, water gardens, koi and all that stuff. Check out all my videos. I really appreciate your support. And thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you back soon in another video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.